Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we dive once again into Great League Remix Cup with a fantastic team. We're gonna have the same backline that we used on the last video with Gyarados and Froslass, but up on the lead we're gonna keep Perrserker. Perrserker is gonna be one of the Pokemons that you might wanna have on your roster, especially on Great League, because on themed cups like this it really shines a lot. Shadow Claw is gonna help massively good against those ghost types. You're gonna have a better time with close combat against the steel types, and of course foul play will help you much more against any other neutral matchup, and of course to pressure even more those ghosts that might exist in the meta. You can see here that even against this Froslass, Perrserker stands absolutely victorious because we can simply shield once and then go with the overfarm, with the foul play, finishing off the ghost type, and whatever they bring in will have to face the wrath of our Perrserker. I'm pretty sure that they have something like a Registeel at the back, because any Froslass team will have a Registeel at the back, and that's pretty simple to face nowadays on Go Battle League. So they try to make an amazing finish off here after the first close combat lands on that Registeel. They want to finish us off with a pure Fire Punch, but I was expecting that switch, so here comes my Gyarados right immediately into play, and now Gyarados can not only not spend the shield but also pressure this Pokemon in using more energy before they faint us down. I'm pretty sure that Perrserker can simply finish off the match here, since it has a lot of energy stored up. I can simply farm up a little bit more and still be pretty safe because I have a shield, but I was counting the moves so they weren't that close to that Fire Punch, and now I can fire off my close combat to finish off with the final blow, this Registeel. At this point, trainers, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, it really means a lot. I really appreciate your appreciation to the channel. I really like how much you are devoted on watching my videos and you enjoy stuff like that, so thank you trainers for that. Now let's return a little bit on the commentary part, because we're having an exciting switching matchup against this Charmer. We're gonna take it down with our Froslass, which is really huge, and now Whiscash has to face our Gyarados. Not gonna go against our Perrserker, and now we have the upper hand for the end game. If our opponent decided to shield there, that was absolutely awesome for me, because still Perrserker with a shield up can beat down Whiscash, and that's something that you should really take note of when using Perrserker. So Gyarados against Whiscash, a pretty solid matchup. We're having absolutely a blast here, because not only we took one shield, not only we survived by not using a single shield, but we also can take the second shield from that Whiscash, and they have a Torterra at the back. This can be tricky because I cannot go for the close combat. Perhaps I can go for the close combat, but I do not know how much damage this will do. Torterra is a little bit defensive, so it can take the hits, as you can see. Santum is gonna take out our shield. I'm trying here to farm down, but at the last second I was like, okay, why farm down? I'm already at the double close combat range, so let's use one foul play, one close combat, and now this Whiscash will get fainted. So next one, trainers, and on this one we are facing with our Perrserker a Stunfisk on its Unova form. Well, this Pokemon is a little bit tricky, but my opponent here decides to stay in on the Froslass matchup, and boom, they take this Avalanche as well, which is really huge for me. So they have Shadow Ganeto at the back. Look at how crazy damage those Shadow Confusions do, but we have the Avalanches which can come in really clutch. We can still go for one more if they try to farm us down. Hopefully they do, so right now we're just gonna take them out. At this point I think that they have 3 confusions of energy worth, so I'm just gonna let one more go and then swap out to my Gyarados, hopefully catching this close combat successfully and then farming down that Galate. So whatever they have at the back, we can absolutely go ahead with our Gyarados and do massive work against this Pokemon. Completely farming down here, not gonna spend a single shield, yeah, I said it correctly. And they have a Froslass at the back. Okay, they're gonna farm us down, which is not good, but we can still go for that foul play safely since we still have a shield, and the one foul play will be it for the Froslass. Perrserker, absolutely a beast, not only on the lead scenario but also at the closing part as well. Having the next match against this Druddigon. So Druddigon, a pretty solid Pokemon to use, pretty cool generalist. You can see that it still does a lot of work against my Perrserker, so I'm just gonna go here for the foul play. Hopefully we can take a shield, and then I will try to go for the close combat, because right now it makes no sense at all to use anything else. I'm not gonna switch out. Actually, I am gonna switch out. Okay, Ganeto, what are you doing? So they have an Aerodactyl as a switch in. Are you kidding me? What is this? And they're gonna take the move? What? I don't know. Anyways, we're just gonna accept the fact that Surfetched is gonna take us out. Not gonna block, because after that this Pokemon might be able to farm us down, and I do not want to risk that. So here comes now my Gyarados, which can absolutely shield twice and still go to town, because Leaf Blade is not gonna do enough work against my Pokemon. We have two shields up, they need to land a Brave Bird, to be honest, but they're trying their best, so we're just gonna take the victory eventually. Next one, trainers, Perrserker against Marowak. So Marowak, not the best lead scenario for this team, because both Perrserker and my Froslass really struggle against this Pokemon. Gyarados has a pretty even matchup, but we can still have a plan here, because we can go for the double foul play, go as hard as we can to Marowak, take a shield, and then absolutely do massive damage with our foul play. However, this trainer here goes for the energy to spend on our Perrserker, so that means that now my Gyarados can simply farm down, and that's pretty much a win for me, because whatever they have at the back, even something like its Violus, for example, can get hurt by my moves. They have a Primate, so that means only one thing: whatever there is at the back is pretty weak to my Ghost type. So I'm just gonna answer here with my Avalanche. Down it goes, and there is a Registeel. So I don't know what was their plan. Perhaps they were thinking I have Night Slash, it's super effective, but it cannot work. So Shadow Ball dealing massive damage, and I think that at this point, even with no shields, I think that we have the upper hand here. Perhaps they undercharged at this point, which is a really huge play for them, and they can simply outpace me right here. At first I was afraid, but now I'm not petrified. I'm just gonna go for the Shadow Ball, dealing lethal damage to that Registeel, and the victory will be for the double Ghost Perrserker team. Next on trainers, against the Froslass upon the lead, finally a good lead. We can simply play around that, so they're gonna switch out to a kinda safe pick, the Stunfisk, but it is not that safe, because Froslass is just gonna destroy it down. We can simply take two of those moves, still survive. Perhaps we can take one more shield out of them. Let's see trainers together how this unfolds, because they're going for the discharge, and that means that they're gonna go for massive damage against our Froslass, because discharge barely does a little bit more damage than Mud Bomb, and that can be a clutch move. So discharge is just gonna take out our Froslass, but they have now no shields at all, and this is pretty awesome for me, because I can go in now with my pure nukers, both Perrserker and Gyarados, having the upper hand against this Stunfisk and the whole team that they have. I do not want to spend a shield, to be honest, so I'm just gonna go here for the Shadow Ball, spend some energy, and at the back there is a Toxicroak. Oh my goodness, perhaps I'm gonna lose this, and perhaps I should have gotten to a shield, but let's see together, trainers, how this unfolds, because we have two shields. We have to completely farm down here, and I don't know if this is gonna be possible, or is it? I'm gonna wink at you, but you cannot see it. But anyways, we have the shield which comes up, counters are resisted by a lot, we can farm down, we can reach the Shadow Ball, and right now this Froslass goes freaking down on a pure nuke. Hello trainers, goodbye trainers, hello Froslass, goodbye Froslass. So next on trainers, and we're having this Registeel. That was a little bit laggy, so that's why I stopped the commentary. I was like, what was happening? But anyways, We're gonna land this huge close combat on that Vigoroth. Perhaps that was pretty much of an overreaction, to be honest. Should have gotten immediately to my switch out to the Froslass and keep that energy on my Perrserker. That switching matchup would be anyways a very good matchup for me, but for some reason I thought that this could be the better play at the moment. But anyways, that was a mistake for sure. So Zap Cannon gonna take out our Froslass, and I have nothing to worry about here because I can come in with Perrserker. But that was a little bit too fast, because now I am switch locked. I don't know what I was thinking on this match, but that is definitely a mistake. Let's see if we can currently outpace this trainer, because they're having the upper hand for sure. We already did 2 mistakes with the switching on the Froslass after landing that a close combat, which was a mistake, and of course here with the Perrserker coming in too early against that Machamp. I don't know what I was thinking. So landing this Shadow Ball will be a huge deal because they have no shields at all, and that will put that Registeel on the no HP bar. So we're gonna take the victory eventually, even though we did some lethal mistakes. Anyways, next one, another bad lead against a Fire Spin Shadow Alolan freaking Marowak. Let's go with the foul play here. I know that I cannot take a move. I am committed in using one shield, but I do not want to use more than one shield. So here comes the foul play, and they used 2 shields, which is really huge. I know that my Cofagrigus here can tank 1 Shadow Bone, so I'm just gonna take it. And at this point I think that we are able to farm down after shielding once. I do not want to get hit even by a Bone Club, just wanna keep my shield for my ghost types. Whatever they have, even a Mandibuzz will get destroyed with a shield up by my Froslass. So Shadow Ball dealing some really nice chunk out of that Registeel, and they have a Hitmonchan, Shadow Hitmonchan at the back. Whatever fighter that was most probably could faint against my Froslass, so it doesn't really make sense. And right here the Registeel will return. I'm just gonna block here and try my best with my Shadow Ball and Avalanche, even though we are debuffed, but my opponent here bails out and we're gonna take the victory eventually. Next on trainers against a Gyarados upon the lead, a really interesting Pokemon to use. I really enjoy using this Gyarados as well, with Dragon Tail on its Shadow form and Aqua Tail double legacy, pretty amazing. But my opponent here decides to go for the switch after they take the foul play. One thing that I do not like about GBL right now was what we just saw. Using a move and then the opponent switches out, you cannot see how much damage it did. If you do it, you can see how much damage it did, because you can see the remaining HP that your Pokemon have on the right of your screen. But when your opponent does it, I'm not sure that you can check how this is happening. If you're hearing some weird noises, it is from outside. Some people are building a house over here, so yeah, it's pretty weird right now. It's pretty noisy from the morning till the evening, I guess. Yeah, pretty noisy. But anyways, Perrserker here coming in clutch against Registeel. We can simply shield once and then go for the close combat. We're pretty close to another combat, so we're just gonna go for it, because lock-ons are not gonna hurt us at all. Still gonna do 1 single damage even though we are super debuffed. And yeah, that noise that you are most possibly gonna hear is them building the house. Anyways, so Gyarados is coming in. We have Froslass. Aqua Tail is gonna be blocked and gonna completely farm down. They know that, so they're just gonna bail out. Next on trainers, and the final one for this video, a Sealeo up in the lead, finally a good lead, and we're gonna have the best time of our life. Anyways, here comes a Water Pulse most probably. We can take it, but when I saw the damage, oof, that dealt a lot. That dealt a lot, and they're gonna switch out to Meganium, which is a pretty solid choice for Great League Remix, but Froslass really has the upper hand here because it can take a hit, but Meganium cannot take a hit. So I'm just gonna force them in using a shield here, I guess, with the Avalanche. Okay, that's pretty awesome, and I will try to go for another one, but they can outspeed us because I was slightly slower than them on the switching part. So Froslass going for the final avalanche, down goes that Meganium, and now they have the Sealeo, which is gonna farm us down, but I do not care at all because I have a double close combat on my Perrserker. Landing the first one is gonna be the key, oh my goodness, and they have a Zvailus at the back. Can we win these trainers? This is gonna be pretty close actually, because Zvailus can really take out my ghost types, especially that of Agrigos, but you can see that it's pretty glassy, so another Shadow Ball can simply do the job. So Dark Pulse is gonna be blocked, which is really good for me, and right now this Shadow Ball will take out their shield. Hopefully here we can get to that close combat first. Of course we can Perrserker taking the CMP here. We're gonna take the victory against its Zvailus and against this trainer overall. Thank you for watching, trainers. I hope you had a fantastic time watching this video. Ultra League is up. I'm preparing a video about my top 5 best 5 teams that you can use, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe so that you will not miss it, and with that said, trainers, take care, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Stay safe, trainers.